Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today, I'm once again answering some of your questions, like what would I pick? Blancpain 50 Fathoms or a Rolex Submariner? And are you going to be able to buy things like a Rolex and a Patek at an authorized dealer soon for retail price? All that and more in today's episode. Now, of course, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my H. Moser Endeavor Black Dial Big Date on my custom strap by Aaron Bespoke at Combat Straps. Absolutely love this watch. It's one of my dressier pieces, but I put it on this vintage distressed calf to dress it down. Now I can wear it with a polo. And also, guys, don't forget to check out delraywatch.com. Bunch of cool pieces in stock, including an H. Moser Endeavor Small Seconds, very, very similar to this one. Full box, full papers, best price on earth, period. An Omega Speedmaster Anniversary Edition. This one's the one with the little seahorse on the dial. Also a complete box and paper set. And a Panerai Carbotech. Classic aluminum marina with a carbon fiber case. Super light, super rough and tumble. Go check it out at delraywatch.com. The best place for a watch geek to buy a watch. Guys, these are some of the questions you asked me on my Instagram account at Federico Talks Watches. Once or twice a month, the Q&A picture pops up for not a couple minutes. I'd say about 10 minutes. Once I get enough questions, I take it down. Please do not DM me because I do not answer them. But check out at Federico Talks Watches on Instagram. Maybe you'll see the Q&A picture pop up and you can ask a question. But guys, in no particular order, D. Mastoris, Fed, ciao from Toronto. Keep up the lifestyle change. Looking great. Thank you, brother. Do you think customers will ever be able to go into an AD for like Rolex or Vacheron or higher end brands and find a selection available for sale again like 5 years ago, or are those days long gone? No, I do think those days will be coming back for a mixture of things. I think the watch market was particularly inflated. In fact, it's coming back to earth now. Interest rates, I'm not an economist, but cheap money is going away. And I think also watch brands are going to ramp up production. I don't know exactly when we're going to go back to normal, but I do think that will happen. And you should be able to walk into a dealer and check out watches for sale. Now, I'm not going to say all the hottest models, maybe not a blue Overseas or a blue Sky Dweller, but you should theoretically, at least in my opinion, in the next year or so, go into a dealer and at least be able to try some stuff on from most brands. I do expect that change to be coming. Dave Grams. Hello, Fed. Thank you for all the great no BS watch advice. My pleasure, Dave. That's what I do. Are you going to the Miami GP? Absolutely not. You guys may not know me very well, or I guess you do know me well enough. I've been on YouTube for over 5 years, but I'm not a fan of crowds. Whenever there's an event in Miami, Art Basel, Miami Formula One, or God forbid Ultra, I get out of town as quick as humanly possible. I'll be in Charleston that weekend, as far away from the crowds as humanly possible. So no, I'll be watching it on TV, big Formula One fan, but I have no intention of being anywhere near the city while that goes on. Caballero Danny. Hey Fed, thanks for the videos. Something outside of watches. How many languages do you speak? Well, Danny, I speak 3 languages well and 1 pretty poorly. I speak English, obviously, Spanish fluently, Italian, and I can get away with Greek. Having spent many summers in Greece as a child, I understand it very well, but I don't really speak it. And I failed every year of French in high school, but I do understand it as well. Mr. DeLugo. Blancpain 50 Fathoms or Submariner? This is a great question, and I think it depends on the use case. I think the Submariner is a tougher watch, easier to use every day and never take it off. The Blancpain is a higher end watch, a more expensive watch, a finer watch in almost every way, shape, or form. But I wouldn't necessarily want to wear it on a safari or, gardening. Now, yes, it is the original dive watch. It still is a tough watch, but service is more expensive. It's a little bit more fragile. It's not fragile, but it is more fragile. I think the Rolex Probably better if you're only going to own one watch and never take it off. But if that's not the case, the Blancpain really is better in every single way in terms of watchmaking, detail, and luxury. So it's not a fragile watch, the Blancpain, but it's more fragile than the Sub. And the Sub, probably a good choice only if it's going to be your only watch. In any other scenario, I'd go with the Blancpain. XOXO Skater Boy. How should I build a relationship with an AD without spending thousands on watches I don't want? Kind of screwed, Skater Boy. The truth is, money talks, everything else walks. That being said, let me humor you. I'm going to preface this by saying this is probably not going to work at all, because as I said, they're there to make sales, and I don't want to be rude, but having worked at many authorized dealers, I can tell you, you're not spending money, they want nothing to do with you in the nicest way possible. But if you go in once or twice a month, you don't bother them when they're busy, you just make conversation, you show interest, if you're very nice to them, I mean, of course they'll appreciate the interest and the effort. Of course they will. But when it comes to building a relationship, 99.9% of the time, it's all really about money. If you're not going to spend the money, then you're not going to build a relationship. I mean, try going in, talking to them, being friendly, all that helps. You know, don't bother them when they're busy. Show interest in pieces you would like. I mean, I have customers from back in the day I think about, and you know, it really does help as a salesperson. I kind of want to like you, and if I do like you, I'd probably go to bat for you. But it really depends on the watches you want. The truth is, it's all about the money. So I don't want to dishearten you, but I think your question is pretty much impossible. Sorry. Graphics 1. Hey man, thanks for the energy you put into your channel. Thank you. Would you rather have a Santos 100 with the ETA or one from the current production line, the non-100? I go with the Santos 100 with the ETA for multiple reasons. The bigger reason is I just like the design a lot more. I hate the integrated bracelet. I like the bezel on the older one. I like the chunkier style. That's from the era of Cartier when I used to work for Cartier, so there's something personal about it. I love that watch. Second reason is I don't particularly love the 1904 MC movement. Kind of like a Jaeger-LeCoultre reject. More on that in another video if you guys want to hear it. It's not a bad movement, but it's ugly. It's kind of rattly. It performs well, but give me a 2892. Probably easier to service and more reliable, most likely. Not to mention, the real reason is I just like the Santos 100 more. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more content. And of course, check out delraywatch.com.